Hello students. Today's topic of our discussion is a variation of acceleration due to gravity. Now what is acceleration due to gravity? Now if I drop a body, any body, may it be of a mass of 1 kg, 10 kg or 100 kg, whatever is the body, if it's dropped, it's observed that it is coming to the ground with the same acceleration. Rate of change of velocity is acceleration. You know the basics I assume. Now a body which comes to earth with a certain fixed acceleration all the time is called acceleration due to gravity, and since it is a certain fixed quantity, then it has to remain constant only, right? And with a little numerical, we have already taken g is equal to 9.8 meter per second square, or we take 10 meter per second square. It's a fixed number we take and we assume it to be a constant. But this class is about a variation of acceleration due to gravity. Now let's first understand why acceleration due to gravity varies at all. While discussing that thing, universal gravitational constant, radius of earth and the mass of earth, these three figures we are going to use. And how these are measured, it is in the measurement. Okay, we are going to use this figure whenever required. Now see, one thing I am saying, as per common observation, if a body of mass m falls towards the earth's surface, comes to the earth's surface, it comes with a force, or what we call is weight, is equal to mass of the body multiplied by the acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity symbol is g. So F is equal to mg. This is our common observation. Let's make some drama. Let's call it equation 1. Now Newton's law of gravitation. Newton's law of gravitation. See what it is in general. In general, it says that any two bodies of mass m1 and m2, if they are separated by a distance r, so there will be a force of attraction between those two, and the magnitude of that attractive force will be equal to g, the product of the masses, divided by the square of the distance between them, where g is called universal. G is the universal gravitational constant. It's a universal because it's a universally the same value, 6.67 into 10 to the minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. See, Newton meter square per kg multiplied by kg square. We are not going into unit dimension and all those things. Okay, according to Newton's law of gravitation, the attractive force between two masses m1 and m2 separated by a distance r is given by g m1 m2 by r square. Now, if the two bodies are earth and another body placed on earth, now whatever we are calling as weight is nothing but it's the force of attraction between the two bodies. My weight is with what force I am being pulled towards earth, right? So let us say this is the earth surface, and earth is having the mass, let us say capital M is the mass of earth. Okay, on the surface of earth there is a small body, let us say, and mass of that body is equal to small m, let us say. Of this body mass is small m, and earth's this is earth's center, and the mass of earth we will denote by capital M. Then what is the force of attraction between these two bodies? Earth also is a huge body and this is a body. What is the force of attraction between these two bodies according to Newton's law of gravitation? Thus, the force of attraction between two bodies will be g, universal gravitational constant, multiplied by mass of one body, product of the masses. So mass of earth multiplied by mass of the body divided by r square, where r is the radius of earth. Okay. Whenever the calculation is required, we will be taking the values of 6,400 kilometers. Okay. Now let us call this equation 2. Now from equation 1 and equation 2, These two must be same, right? Because weight is what this body is experiencing the weight. It is nothing but with what force it is being pulled towards earth. So that force, what we call weight, must be equal to the force according to Newton's law of gravitation, what force we are getting. These two must be equal. So equate those two. Mg is equal to G m capital M small m divided by r square, where capital R is the radius of earth. Now, why I took r square? It is the distance between the two masses. When it is touching the earth, it is the distance between the centers of the two bodies. Okay, this is O is the center of mass of earth, because earth is a huge body. It's like this. So this is the center of mass, and the center of mass of the body is it's a point mass we can consider. So the distance between them is equal to the radius of earth only. That's why the square of the distance only I have taken. Okay. So small m got cancelled. Therefore, G is equal to Gm divided by r square. Now, G is a constant, m is a constant, r is a constant. That's why G must be a constant. However, why and when this value of acceleration due to gravity vary? According to various factors, it varies. One factor is the shape of earth. Let me explain one by one. One factor is the shape of earth. See, actually the earth is not a very much exactly spherical in a shape, but the earth is like this. From the center towards the equator, it is having a greater distance than it is towards the pole. This is the pole of earth, and this is the equator of earth, right? So from here to here, what is the radius? From there to there, what is the radius? These two things are not same. Okay, that's why G, when you calculate here, what is the acceleration due to gravity on the pole? For that r will be different, and what is the acceleration due to gravity at the equator? That this r will be different. That's why G will differ, right? And to be a little specific, it is seen that if we will say r1 is the radius of earth from the center of earth to the pole, and from center of earth to the equator it is r2, then r2 minus r1 is nearly equal to 21 kilometer. This is the measure. Okay, so they vary by 21 kilometer. However, what is the diameter of earth? See, radius of earth is 6,400 kilometers. So this is 12,800 kilometer. It is too huge, right? 12,800 kilometer is the diameter, and while comparing that to 21 kilometer, it's negligibly small. And that's the reason G is varying from equator to pole, but that variation is very small. That's why for practical purpose, we are ignoring the little change in the change in G due to shape of earth. And these other three we are going to calculate, study in detail. Now, what is due to height? Let me see what is the just the reason. See, this is the earth ring. Now, let us say the smaller mass, the small mass is at a height small h from the ground. From here to here, from earth to earth is having capital mass. Earth is having mass capital M. From here to here, this radius of earth is capital R. Now, if from earth's surface the small mass is at a height h, then what will be the new G? It is Gm divided by, instead of r square, it will be r plus h whole square, right? So it is not exactly r, but r plus some height. That's why G will change. Similarly, if we'll dig down the earth, let us say D is the depth where we are going to measure the G. Then Gm by r square, this effective radius again will change, which will be equal to r minus d. Yes or no? So again r is changing. So because of a height it will change, because of a depth it will change, and another factor is because of a rotation of earth. See, the earth, let us say it's rotating with some angular speed. Okay, now if a object on this or let me for the sake of ease, we will study in detail at different places, it will vary, but on the equator let us study. So this is the G, right? But since this is rotating very fast, there will be a centripetal acceleration. Okay, if this is a radius r, omega square r, centripetal acceleration. So the net acceleration will be different than the acceleration what we are calling G. So because of a rotation of Earth also, it will vary. So the factors due to which acceleration due to gravity varies are shape of Earth, height from the surface of Earth, depth below the surface of Earth, and the rotation of Earth. And we are going to see one by one in detail. And in detail we will see these three only, as I said you already. Because of shape of Earth, it varies a little, which we ignore. Now we'll see the variation of acceleration due to gravity due to height from the surface of Earth. See, let us say this is Earth. This is let us say the center of Earth. From here from to the surface, it is the radius of Earth is 6400 kilometer. From here, let us say the object is at object is having mass small m and the Earth is having mass capital M, and this is at a height small h from the ground. Let us say small h from the ground. Let us say. Now we have the formula G is equal to Gm divided by R square. This we have already, right? Now, however, R was the distance when the object was lying on the surface of Earth. However, now it is at a certain height from the surface of Earth. That's why what will be the acceleration due to gravity at this particular point will be different than this. And how much different it will be? Gm divided by, instead of R square, the distance between them is R plus H, right? R plus H whole square. Absolutely clear, right? So this is equal to Gm divided by, between these two you take R common, so 1 plus H by R whole square. Yes or no? So implies that G dash is equal to Gm divided by R square 1 plus H by R whole square. Now Gm by R square is a small g, so this is equal to G divided by 1 plus H by R whole square. So G dash is equal to G divided by 1 plus small h by R whole square. Okay. Now see, this also can be written as G dash is equal to G multiplied by 1 plus H by R to the power minus 2. Now we have binomial theorem which says that 1 plus x to the power n is equal to 1 plus nx, where x is very small than 1. Okay, x is very small, extremely small. Now what exactly is the binomial theorem? If a little more about that, if you try to understand, you can search for math for physics at keyphysics.com, or math for physics keyphysics.com, like that you can search. I have a series of videos in the name of math for physics, some 8-9 videos I have made till integration. Whatever of the mathematics part are being applied in physics, those things I have clarified over there. You can see that series. However, what is required in this situation, I am just saying that thing, 1 plus x to the power n is equal to 1 plus nx. And so similarly, instead of a plus, if it is 1 plus x to the power minus n is equal to 1 plus minus nx, so 1 minus nx. Okay, that we are simply applying here. See, h by r, h is a little small height from the earth's surface. Let us assume that it is 100 meter above the earth's surface or 200 meter above the earth's surface, but the radius of earth is 6400 kilometer or 6.4 million meters. So as compared to that, 100 meters, 200 meters are very negligibly small. So h is extremely small than r. So h by r is very small. And whenever x is very small, then only we can apply the binomial theorem. This, right? So applying this thing, or what we can write, g dash is equal to this minus 2 will come, g multiplied by 1 minus 2h by r, right? So this formula we will use if the height of the body from the surface of earth is very small. But if that is so big that that is comparable with the radius of earth, then we will use only this formula. This only is the formula which can be applied everywhere, and this is the formula which can be applied only when the height of the body from earth's surface is small. Fine. So this is the formula we got. According to height, how acceleration due to gravity is varying. So for the sake of raising your confidence a little, if I simply ask what is the acceleration due to gravity at a height of let us say 100 meter. What is the acceleration due to gravity at the height of 100 meter from the surface of earth, if I have asked? So how you will find out? Acceleration due to gravity is equal to g multiplied by 1 minus 2h by r, right? So g we will be taking, it's a 9.8 meter per second square, let us say 9.8, so 1 minus 2 multiplied by h 100 divided by r. In the meter, if you are writing, it is 64, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros, right? R is equal to 64, 5 zeros, yes. So these many, if you will take 2 zeros are gone with 2 zeros, and this 1 divided by 32,000, right? 1 by 32,000 is extremely small. 1 minus that extremely small part is nearly 1 only. So answer will come 9.79 something, or nearly equal to 9.8 only it will come. So what we understand that if this height is increasing, the acceleration due to gravity is decreasing. As we go up above the earth's surface, it's decreasing. We are taking up a few examples according to altitude, how they vary. At zero altitude means the height is zero. Height is zero means it's lying on the surface of earth only. Mean earth surface, their acceleration due to gravity is 9.83 meter per second square. If height altitude is taken on Mount Everest, which is 8.8 kilometers, at the altitude of 8.8 kilometers, altitudes are written in kilometer, there 9.8 meter per second square. And if it is very high, 35,700 kilometers, the communication satellites are actually geostationary or geosynchronous satellites. In that satellite, from that altitude, if you measure, this comes to be so small, it's 1/5 of even one, nearly, it's 0.225 meter per second square. So this way, altitude wise, the g varies.